There we go. Music's all set up. Yes, it's gamer time. Hey everybody. How is everyone doing today? I got some Wario Land music in the background from the Wii game, which is, you know, one of the best ones, objectively, obviously. But I really like the soundtrack, so let's listen to that one today. I don't know how long the stream is going to be. I got a bit of a headache, but I'm still good to stream, and I wanted to show some progress of my game. I've been working on it a little bit this last week. But yeah, oh my gosh, I completely forgot to actually share the stream in places where people see that I have the stream open. Okay, cool. Let me just, let me get some stuff going. Hope the headache isn't too bad. Hey, Purveyor. Nah, it's alright, it's manageable. I wouldn't stream if I really didn't feel like doing this right now. So yeah, let me just, stream. Sorry, that's I'm reading the text that I'm typing right now on Blue Sky for the post. That's like, hey, I'm doing a stream. It's just the worst stream 4 times in a row. I think that's I think that covers it pretty well. The image is missing alt text. Okay. I'll add the alt text. All right, just a second. Hey, sup? How you doing? Scream! Screaming is even funnier than streaming. I should do both at the same time. If only it wouldn't alert my boyfriends if I just screamed very loudly right now, so I might not do that right now. Let me just post a couple links, and in the meantime, look at this amazing level design that I have right now. Let me lower the volume just a smidge. Goodness gracious, Wario. That's a bit much. There we go, that's better. Yeah, but this is the 4th stage. I have made a 3rd one since we last, you know, saw each other in the stream format, digital space. Yeah, last time I showed off the 2nd level segment. Now there is a 3rd one. I will be showing that off today. And of course there is the 4th one. So it's a bit of a special one. It's like a mini boss thingy. You've seen the mini boss before, but now I've juiced it up just a smidge. And that's just what that segment is going to be dedicated to. So it could be very short if the player is very quick on the draw. Or it could just be really long if the player doesn't figure out what the hell to do here. I hope not, but we'll find out, I guess. Let's see, I was writing alt text. There we go. Okay, that's good. I do like adding alt text to stuff on Blue Sky. Like, it makes it more accessible. Like, even if you, like, even for people who have, like, you know, fine vision, they can still, like, you know, for people who, if you have trouble like seeing what's in an image or something, or you just want to read some more about it, it's very useful to have that alt text. I like that feature. So I just turned it on that I like to have to activate it every time. Let's see. And I'll post it here as well. Sure, why not? Go! There we go. Sometimes you have fun with your alt text. Hopefully it doesn't throw people off. Nah, probably not. It just, as long as it still describes what's actually in there, and you can add a joke to it as well, of course. But as long as its main function and purpose is being used, I feel like it's probably fine. Anywho. Also, got a new little avatar model in the bottom left. I like this one. I love this stripy thing. It's not even a shirt, it's like a sweater, but it just has the sleeves rolled up. I like it. Let me just open the game and see what we got. Do I still have this stream thing set up that you can see it? I would hope so. Guess we're gonna find out in a second. There we go. Alright, so check this out. I've added a couple of sound effects as well. You might be able to hear that. I don't know how good the volume is right now. Alright, so nothing major here yet. Let me check the volume. Gonna make the game slightly louder. There we go. There we go, sound. Hell yeah, that's noises. You're fond of referencing the X game for the Nintendo Switch family of systems whenever you post a screenshot. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Anyway, look at this. This is the 1st stage. You've seen this one. You know this one. Pretty loud sounds, actually. Let me tone that down just a smidge. It's probably better. Let me see. It's a little hard to gauge, like, how loud the game is right now. But, let's see. This is the 2nd one. 3rd one. You haven't seen this one yet. Let me just show it off. There you go. collecting here. There's like a combination of all the different things you've learned up to this point. So there's dashing, there's dodging, there's punching, and there's shooting. Also, these guys, you've seen them before. Now they shake when you hit them. I like that a lot. I feel like it really adds a bunch of life to it. And you fight two of them. One's gonna be on the left and one's gonna be on the right. So you gotta switch between the left and right lane. There's a bunch of turrets. Kind of flows into one another, this level design here. Oh god. Close one. Now there's punching. Ow. I missed that one. There's punching and dashing at the same time. Ow. Keep messing up. my thumb keeps missing the spacebar. There we go. There we go. There's a star thing. It's going a little slower now. I don't know if I want it like that or not. I think I might want to change that actually. I liked it more when it was fast. It's a super collectible thing. And then they're shooting again, because there's these little enemies and they're much easier to shoot than to punch. Otherwise you'd have to punch them all individually. So that's why shooting is incentivized when you find a bunch of these little guys. Ah, crap. There we go. That was a little bit of dodging over here. Nice. The last bit. Whoop. There we go. Made it. Now, let's see if the fourth one works, because I haven't really tested it yet. Got a story collectible. That's good, that's good. Alright, so... Oops, okay, these turrets are not angled properly. And there's a mini-boss. Look at him go. Whoa. He packs quite a punch, but you can hit him. Whoops. Okay, if you normally hit him, he just punches you back. But if you hit him while he's taunting... Oh crap, I made the window too small. Fuck. Okay, well I'm dead. Let me see if I can still do it. Boop. Nope, that is way too small. I mean, you can do it, but it's really difficult. I gotta make the window bigger when he's vulnerable. Otherwise, you just wait for him to punch, and then you punch him. And wait for him to punch. Then you punch him. Wait for him to punch. And then you punch him again. There it is, and then it ends the level. That's it, basically. However... there's like an easier way to kill him, which is of course like punch him while he's taunting. That's the quickest way to do it. So it's just like a mini boss, it's nothing crazy. Also, this is just a test level, like this isn't segment 5. This is just a bunch of random crap in a room. I still might end up using some of this level design that I have right here, but yeah. What even is here? Not a whole lot. Some of this level design doesn't even work anymore, of the slightly tweaked mechanics now. Like, things work a little differently from before. Pretty satisfying to hit a whole bunch of them in a row. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure yet what to do with the enemies when you hit a bunch of them in a row with like a star projectile like that after a strong punch. Gotta do something about that. There's a dashing sound too. I forgot about that. Just added that today. I was messing around with sound effects this afternoon. There we go. I like that. That sounds nice. Trying to make my game very sounds. And here's a bit that I already kind of used. Well, there's 3 here. There's 3 here. Whoops. Okay, they shoot way too much. I'm just checking out this like temporary level design that I put in here. Oh, this music is great. I love Wario Land on the Wii. Very fun stuff. Alright, there was a mini-boss here, but I removed it. Good bonus sound. Hey, thank you. Like when you hit him a bunch, is like the sound specifically that you're referring to, is that the one where you like hit a bunch of enemies in a row? Because I kind of like that one. I'm still kind of tweaking that. There we go. And there it is. There's another room here. Another test room. Yeah, okay, that window is way too small. We're gonna have to fix that. Alright, also I made him like bounce left and right a lot less. He kind of just like bobs left and right now instead of following like a figure-8 path that he was doing before. Yeah, you hit a bunch of them and it's like da 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 da. Exactly. That's what I want to make it. I want it to feel like that, like very impactful, like as if you're hitting a bunch of Koopas in a row, like with a shell in Mario, you know? And the pitch just increases and it goes like ding 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 ding. And then in the end it's like ditter ditter ditter. I should have something like that too. Like if you hit enough of them, there should be like a little jingle or something. Whoops. Anywho. Alright, there's still like objects and stuff. I was just testing the triggers and... Okay. Well, what comes after this? Like the test cutscene, yeah. I'm gonna have to get started on those cutscenes. I'm not looking forward to that because like there's gonna be a whole bunch of illustrations for the characters depending on the dialogue and whatnot. And I love drawing these characters, but I'm a little picky about it. I need the poses to match the dialogue very well. And I need to make sure that I don't make too many of these. Like, I need to have them as generic as possible, that they fit in many different situations. So, it's a very thin line to walk. Anyway, let me have a look here. So, I messed these up. I think if I put them like this, it should solve the issue. There we go. One shoots to the left, one shoots to the right, one shoots down. Should be good. And then comes in the big boy. Yeah, should I have like something here? I think you can actually kill him faster if you use like a strong punch. But I don't know about that. Also, here's like all the dialogue from this level that can play. I like how how Otto calls them hippies. I think it's fun. Alright, let's see. Is a draft of the script written that can help you determine the expressions you need? Yes, I have a draft. However, it keeps changing a little bit. I tweaked it this morning, actually. I was just going through it and I was like, wait a minute, this would flow way better. So there is a draft of the script, I just don't want to show it yet, because it's all spoilers. I want to keep some surprises here. Like the in-level dialogue, like it's whatever. But the actual like cutscenes and all that, I'm gonna be very tight-lipped about that. You'll see someday. Let me have a look here. What was I gonna tweak? Alright, the mini-boss. So, object boxer. I am going to explode and die right after I do this. So I think this was set to 40 before, which is a little much. 35 perhaps? Let me just try with 35, whatever. Yeah, I have a draft of like some of the scripts. I've written about like, I would say maybe half of one story route. There's gonna be several story routes. I'm insane. So that'll be fun. I have a lot of ideas. Okay, there we go. That works. There he is. Oh crap, that's way too short. For a first mini-boss, I feel like the taunting is too short. I think 40's fine. Let's just keep it at 40. Whatever. Boxer is open after punching. Let me make that a little longer. 35, 135. Yeah, sure. But yeah, this story is gonna go all kinds of places, so I already know that whatever I'm gonna draw now, I don't know if it'll end up in the final game. I just need to, like, I need to make the levels and the story simultaneously, because it all has to blend together nicely. And it's just, I probably should just write more of the script. But I also like keeping it a little loose for myself, so I have some more freedom while I'm designing levels and themes and all that stuff. Right now I'm just trying to focus on making a tiny demo just for friends to play. So I can get some early feedback on the mechanics, how it feels, how it plays, if it's going in any sort of good direction. So that after that I can focus more on just polishing the heck out of everything, you know? And just making more levels and just really getting it going. But to do that, I'm gonna have to have illustrated cutscenes, because otherwise the story's gonna make no sense. So, yeah, whatever. I just gotta do it. I just gotta sit down and do it. But yeah, this all seems to work just fine. Guess we can work with this. I want these to shoot a little faster. Let me see if I can do that. Is there a time between shots variable? Yep, there is. Okay, let me set that to 20. 25. Let's not be crazy about this. 25, sure. There we go, 25. Should be good. Let me save that. And I'm gonna test that in a second, but first I wanna check something real quick. Alright, yeah, that's all good. That's all good. Let's see. If you need to, maybe you could add a line or two that specifically uses a particular frame just to give it some more use. Yeah, maybe. I don't know, I'm still kind of thinking about it, but I appreciate the input. It's very kind. Alright. I am just going to try out that one new segment again. This one. There we go. Yeah, they shoot more often now. That's better. That's better. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. Alright, I like that. Like, for me, it only takes a couple seconds, but I think first-time players will have some more trouble on that particular boss. So I should also add some health. Let's see. Collectibles. Health up. There we go. And then over here, I'm gonna hide some health on the right. And over here, I'm gonna hide some health on the left. Just in case players are struggling, you know. Not that it matters much. Like, you're gonna be fine. Like, if you die, you just respawn anyway. It just takes some time, and that's annoying. Like, the only factor to collect health, it's better to... Like, you get a bunch of points if you collect health while your health bar is still full. So if you're going for points, then it's extremely useful to stay alive and to not get hit as much. However, for other players, it's just an inconvenience dying. Like, it's just like, oh, it takes you out of the action for a little bit. But it also stops you from collecting stuff, and you may miss important collectibles like the story pickups that give you more dialogue options. So that's one of the reasons why dying is bad in the game. And also, you know, collecting stuff is fun. I'm trying to make it very satisfying to just collect things. And they are useful. I just don't know. Maybe I should give them some kind of use outside of the levels as well. Like the honey you collect, perhaps. Or points in general. I'm still thinking about that. Maybe some dev high scores to beat on levels. Could be fun. I don't know what the incentive for that would be, though. Like, what would you unlock? Maybe concept art and stuff? When I like a game, I really like, and I really enjoy collecting concept art and whatnot. But, I can do something with that, maybe. Yeah. Anyway, saving this. To help free me from Winnie the Pooh. Oh god, are you stuck in Winnie the Pooh hell? Happens to the best of us. Concept art. I will write that down. I will make a note right now in my notes. Oh, that's a script. That's the wrong file. Where do I have it? Okay. I have structured my flipping notes for this game into several categories, like stuff that needs to happen now, stuff that can happen later, and stuff that can happen at the very end when I'm just polishing the game. So I'm gonna say unlockable concept art and write that down. There we go. Very good. Okay, so we have level segment 4. Check that off my list. Points for breaking glass. Okay, so there's a lot of like glass to break in the game. And I want to do something here. Let's see, inherited. I think glass doesn't... Well, how does a cube object work? Hold on, let me see. Cube object, it's activatable. Okay, so glass is deactivated outside the view. That's good to know. Instance destroy, instance destroy. destroys bullets. That's good. Direction to player, particles, screen shake. I want to add some points as well. Okay, so object, camera, and stats. Dot score, I guess. Plus is 5. I guess we would add 5. How many points do you get for just the fodder enemies, like these little guys? No, I have to look like when they meet a bullet. 15. Okay, I guess 5 points for glass is a lot, because glass is everywhere. Let's just do 1 point, 1 additional point. It's small, but if you get a bunch of them, I guess they can do some. They could be important for like getting high scores and stuff. Alright, points for breaking glass. Got that out of the way. I also wrote down like an illustration for the first cutscene. I can do that. I think I should do that some other time. I feel a little underprepared for this stream, to be honest. Like, I wish I made some sketches beforehand so I could just work on those, but I'm not really feeling it. I just want to stay in Game Maker today. Make this a short stream anyway. As for the aforementioned headache, so we're just gonna keep it simple today. One other thing I wrote down here is that the honey meter, the little thing in the bottom right, I want that to react to, I don't know, just honey, like whenever you collect honey. So I'm gonna do something with that real quick. Let's see. Object, camera, and stats. When we go to the draw event, what do we got here? So, health, no. We're looking for score, no. We're looking for honey or punch ammo, as I used to call it, like early in development. Let's see. It draws the punch ammo sprite, the punch sub image. Alright, that's good. Let's see. I think we can do something fun with that. Y increase. I'm just gonna make a variable called Y increase. Left portraits. Okay, that's the bounce. Okay, let's name it something similar as the bounce of the portraits. As you might have noticed, the portraits slightly bounce up and down whenever a different character is talking, or if you lose health and stuff. So I'm gonna do something else with that. Seriously great getting to vibe with the Wario Land Shake It music. Hell yeah, I love this one. It is really fun. Bounce Y honey is 0. There we go. What I'm gonna do is that whenever the honey amount changes, the HUD is going to bounce. That's it. So what I'm gonna do here, okay, I need to plus bounce Y honey. Okay, that's good. The Y value, the Y variable of the little like image that draws, that shows you how much honey you have, it's going to like increase. So which means it's going to bounce down. Like whenever, like Y, you have to see the Y variables in Game Maker as like Y coordinates. Anything positive goes down, anything negative goes up. So, what I'm gonna do here is I am going to just copy the code that I had, reuse that, bounce honey meter. Bounce honey meter when honey increases. Okay, how did I do that? I saved the honey. I see, okay. Honey saved is 0, sure. Where's the honey, like... Score? No. Honey pitch, that's the sound effect that plays when you collect stuff. Does the player hold the honey variable? Let me see that. It might, actually. Because the honey resets when you die. Yucky, you lose it. Also a reason not to die. Ah, I see. Okay, honey is stored in the player. There we go. Alright, that's good to know. We can work with that. Okay, let me just try to duplicate this code, basically. Honey saved is not the same as object player 1.honey. Okay. So, something that happens here. Let me see. Whoa, code for bouncing on it? You have no idea. Hello, Hein, how you doing? Let me see. Okay, this should not be it. Honey saved is... Okay. So, let me walk you through this because this one is a little tricky. What happens here? Oh, I love this song, by the way. This is one of my favorite songs in the game. Holy shit. Code that game, bitch. You can't tell me what to do. Or is it worse that I respond to somebody calling me bitch? I don't know. So what I'm doing here. If the saved honey variable is not equal to the current, like, honey amounts that the player has, meaning that the saved amount is, you know, lower than or higher than whatever the player is doing with it, the honey saved amount is going to be changed to how much honey the player currently has. The honey bounce value is going to be 25, which means that the little meter that shows you like how much honey you have is going to be located 25 pixels lower than what it was before. And then, if this value bounce honey is larger than 0, the value is going to be decreased by 1. So, what happens is that this variable, which is now 25, will be decreased again to 0. Meaning that what happens is, if you collect honey, the meter bounces down, and then it will slowly rise up again to where it was before. Let's see it in action, because I don't know if this is gonna work. Let's find out together. Game just keeps getting better. Let's see. Okay. So let's see. Let's try and collect some honey. Maybe there's more in the I think there's more in the second segment. Because you have punching stuff. Okay, there's nothing there yet because... See, it bounces! It bounces! Hooray! There we go. It only bounces once. Like, it doesn't keep bouncing forever. Meow, 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 meow. There we go. Very nice. This breathes a little bit of life into it, you know? Yeah, it works. Let me also see if I can no longer shoot while I'm charging my punch. Yep, that seems to work. I disabled shooting while punching. I thought it would be a bit too complicated if you could also still shoot while you're punching stuff. Yeah, looks good. I like how it bounces. That's very pleasant. I just gotta add more bounce and animation to a lot of things, but you know, that's for later. I just gotta have something playable first. I think I gotta speed up that star thing again, but it's gonna mess up the sound effects, so... There we go. Now you get points for touching the glass as well. Nice, we just made that. Oops, we missed all of those. Whatever. Yeah, we got a bunch of points. Very nice. I still don't know why the 2 is stretched like that. I should look into that sometime. go. Here's the new segment. Let me play this again for those who just showed up and haven't seen this part yet. I just made this one yesterday. It's pretty neat. Got these glass enemies. There we go. This segment is a little tricky, actually. Might need to tone this down a bit because there's a lot of projectiles. It's not so bad because they're very slow. I like this how it makes you use punching and dashing at the same time. There we go. I don't quite know what kind of sound effects I want for my game. I was just kind of messing around with stuff. Go. Also, the game's gonna need some music. I have no idea what to do for that yet. I gotta find some cool musician people. There we go, there we go, there we go. Here comes this part. Whoa. Yeah, now we made it. Nice. Now can we come up on the fourth segment that we just kind of made? I think you should add more. The thing is, I want to keep this game like relatively accessible and easy. This guy. Boop. If you know how to beat him, you can do it super fast. Maybe I should have like a special reward for if you beat him this quickly. I don't know yet. It's the first level anyway. Maybe I shouldn't go too crazy with stuff yet. There's that. And then we get to the test level, which is just a bunch of random crap in a room. But what's actually gonna happen is... oh, right, there's gonna be a transition to a cutscene. There's gonna be a cutscene during this level, which is very important. There's a lot of plot, relevant stuff happening here. But that's for later. That's for later. Let me check my to-do list again. What do we do now? Honey meter reacts to punching and picking up honey. Did that. Hell yeah. That was surprisingly easy to implement. Very happy about that. Let me have a smidge of water. So how's everyone doing today? Anybody working on any fun projects themselves? Love to hear about it. Nice. Alright. What else can we do today? Again, my time is a little bit limited today because of the headache and all that, but we'll see what we can do before I explode and die. I was gonna do a little bit of cutscene work, but I really can't show that yet. That's for later. You'll have to see. You'll have to be patient. Adding more sound effects. I'll have to make more sound effects first. You're still trying to best to get some music made. Hell yeah! You got some friends involved, one who was helping you master the audio levels. Sounds cool. If you ever share it anywhere, I'd love to hear it. Sounds fun. Alright, making better explosions is on my to-do list. Oh, God. Almost choked on water. Whoa. That's impressive. Waterboarding myself. Let's see, I'm gonna make a special power-up soon that allows you to like punch infinitely. That's for segment 5. Let's see, what else can we do? Oh, okay, I know one thing. I know one thing that could be fun. You started writing a new game design doc for your husband to program. Cool. You outsource your deving. Ugh, wish I could. It is, I guess, my least favorite part. It is very fun, but also, nah, it's... wish I didn't have to do it, but yeah. It's part of it. And I do see the beauty of coding. Honestly, it's pretty cool. Let me switch on over to a different document. I'll show you this in a second. Oh, this song's a banger. Cool, check this out. So, whoop. Here we go. Here's the work document again with a bunch of random stuff in it. A little button prompts. We showed those off already. Concept for the HUD. Now what I want to do here... Oh yeah, funny arm sprites like these. Maybe I should make this one a little different actually. I should make this one like I want the difference to be more prominent. There we go, that's better. I like that. That's gonna stand out nicely. To really show you that you're doing a strong punch instead of a weak one, you know? Exporting that right away. I'll put that in the game in a second. Okay. Now, what else do we do? I had an idea. It was on the tip of my tongue. What was it? Right! Effects. Okay. So what I want to do here. You see this? That's gonna be fun. So I want to have like these little boom pow effects whenever you beat an enemy. Like, well, with the strong punch. I think that would be fair. Like to not have it all the time, otherwise it gets boring very fast. But I want to have like these things that say like Zam or Bam or Plowy or Wobbity Doo. You know, something like that, except less stupid. Alright. Zam. That's kind of fun. I like Zam. Let me get the font that I'm using for the game. Playtime with Hot Toddies. It's a weird name, but I like the font. Go even more silly with them. Oh, I intend to. I wrote a couple of these down. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. My humming is not going to sync up with the audio at all because there's a huge delay between my microphone and the background audio, actually. I wish I could sing along to stuff again without it, you know, being incredibly obnoxious for anybody viewing it. Oh well. Minus the singing quality, am I right, gamers? No, I like my singing. I think it's alright. There's a couple of these I want to make. It's kind of like in Rayman 3, how when you hit a bunch of enemies in a row, you get those like little stamp thingies in the bottom right of the screen. Yeah, that's the idea. I just make a bunch of these, I guess. Did I write down what I wanted to do with them, actually? Let me check. No, that's the game script. I should just close the script. Why do I have this open? Okay, I had a bunch of these written down. They were as follows. Pow, boom, blammo, zoinks, and trans rights. That's gonna be fun. Let's do pow. First one is pow. What color are these gonna be? I guess yellow, like the ship. No, not yellow like the ship. It's gonna be annoying. Like I need a ship to be the only one that's yellow. Otherwise, it's gonna be annoying. Like the player won't be able to see where they are. Darn Tomoya Tomita making too many catchy Wario Land tracks. Curse this man! How could he? This purple works. Maybe they shift from like blue to purple. Blue to pink-ish. That's pow. Sure, that's fine. Pow, and then we go to boom. I want it to be relatively short so you can shout them as the game is happening. Oh, this track. This track. Real good stuff. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna like fade him to purple. That's pow, that's boom. That's what's the next one? Blammo, zoinks. I guess the last one's gonna be pretty rare because it's not often that enemies are lined up in a particular way that you can see them all. I think that's good. Trent's rights. Okay. Favorite Trent Kirkhope quote. Still readable? I guess it is. Just in case, let me just give it some ideas. Man, Wario Land Shake It is such a fun game. Wish it got more attention. Yeah, this should make it a little easier to read. It's too blue. Doesn't blend well. Gotta make the lines a little thicker for consistency. Alright, works for me. Goodbye, Zam. You gotta go. Can I use zoinks? Is that copyrighted? Did Scooby-Doo copyright that shit? Probably not, right? Hey, Flickasaur. Hello, how you doing? I'm making some funny effects. These are gonna appear like over enemies whenever you blast the hell out of them. Let's see. There we go. Then we tweak this one as well. I'm gonna have to, again, for emphasis, I'm gonna have to redraw all of this stuff for the eventual like final game. Because I want it all to be hand-drawn instead of this vector art that I'm working with now. But still, it's good to have some temporary assets. And I can just literally trace over them, so it's whatever. It's my own art. It don't matter. Zoinks, and then the last one is going to be special. Now obviously, my game is going to have a woke dial, where you can tone down the wokeness. Removing all combinations of blue, white, and pink from the game. It's just gonna be in pure black and white. You believe Zoinks is trademark, so you don't know how it works? Probably not, right? I mean, that will be weird. There we go, that's the last one. Let me bring that a little bit closer together. Why is there so much space between these? This definitely isn't copyrighted. Maybe the outside should be blue, perhaps. The inside more pinkish. There we go. Does blend together with the background a bit, doesn't it, huh? Make it brighter, I guess. There we go. Perfect. Let's try putting these into the game. If you need to swap zoinks out, you can offer zounds as an alternative. That's also funny. I think zoinks should be good. Let me look it up right now. You know what? Why the hell not? Let me have a look. Is zoinks copyrighted? Can't really fight anything on this. Trademark protection. Not entirely sure about this. Interesting. Also, your avatar is super cute today. Hey, hello Donut, thank you. It's so very kind. I like this one a lot. It's one of my favorites so far. Just this casual outfit. I love this striped sweater thing. It's real neat. I guess I can use Zoinks. Probably fine. Unless I get sued. In which case it will not be fine. But we'll find out. We'll find out. We'll see. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, let me also make this one a little bigger, I guess. What if they just get bigger? I think that would be fun. Yeah, let's do that. Alright. Exporting this shit with no survivors. Here we go. Put this in a better place. Here we go. The best time to wear a striped sweater is all the time. Hell yeah. Based. Where's my thing? There it is. No, that's not the right one. Where is Game Maker? Come on. Give me that shit. Game Maker. Epic? Epic Gaming. Alright. Let me see. Where do I add this? Oh, first of all, I'm gonna change the punching sprite. I think it should have a better visual indication of when you do a strong punch. It should be the same size, so I don't think that's gonna cause any trouble. There it is. Perfect. That'll do, that'll do. Okay. What's next? What's next? The little thingies. Whoa, where did my sprites go? Oh, it's a big folder. Never mind. Okay. I guess I'll make a folder here. And we just call this Hit Effects. And we just make a crap ton of sprites, I guess. And we just, I think I can drag these in, like from a different window and just put it in Game Maker and then there we go, right? There we go, perfect. And then we set all of these to center alignment, middle, where's middle center? Okay, there it is, there it is. We just delete those. And I think we're good to go. Hold on, where's my chat? There it is, woo. Thank God, I almost lost the chat. Hit effects. 5. Let me order these. What's this one? That's the first one. Hit effects 1. They go from purple to reddish, pinkish. Hit effects 3. Alright, the alignment. Middle center. Middle center. There we go. Blammo. Oh wait, this one's supposed to be 3. The other one's supposed to be 2. Hold on a second. Hold your ding-dang horses. Hit effects 4. Did I add the... yeah, that's good. That's looking good. Hit effects 5. Alright. Very nice. So we have these sprites in Game Maker now. That is excellent. Now we just need to figure out what to do with them. I think how it's gonna go is that the star is going to collide with an obstacle or enemy or something. And then it will have to spawn this kind of thing. This effect. Alright, I'm thinking we should create a variable for the star to keep track of how many enemies it has hit. That's the pitch. Enemies hit is 0. Because that's how we start. And if we hit one of these, it's gonna be +1. Plus is 1. And this one also plus is 1. Now, what's going to happen? This escape theme has a riff from Greenhorn Forest. Hell yeah. Very nice. I love the Wario Land soundtrack. Oh, it's beautiful. Sublime. Let's see, so it plays a funny sound. We need to make a second object. Object hit effects. Hit FX. There we go. We just put that below the star projectile, I guess. Let me just give it a sprite for convenience sake. No, that's not what I'm looking for at all. B ship hit effects. Hit effects 1, there we go. Just so we can recognize it. That's gonna make things a little easier. X scale is 0, Y scale is 0. I'm gonna make it like it starts out as like really small, tiny, invisible basically, because it's 0. Then what's gonna happen while it's going is X scale plus is 0.2. Y scale plus is 0.2. It's gonna grow. That's basically what I'm doing. The X scale is going to increase. You know, I don't need to separate X scale and Y scale from each other. I can just do one scale, whatever. It don't matter. None of this matters. It's gonna draw sprites. It needs to draw itself, obviously. Sprite index. And that's going to be just the sprite index. Image index. That way I can also animate it later. If I need to. If I feel like it. Who knows. X. Y. Scale. Scale. Rotation 0. Color white so it doesn't do anything. Alpha is 1 so it's not transparent. There it is. I'm getting a lot faster at this stuff. Forgive me for not explaining everything. These are just some basic things like you draw a sprite. And then you enter the stuff that it notes here at the bottom. That's all. Whoa, almost fucked it up. There we go. These need to be connected to each other. Now obviously this object doesn't need to exist forever. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set an alarm. Instance destroy. Actually, I want it to shrink out of existence. That would be fun. No, that's... Let me just forget about effects right now. I'm thinking too far ahead. Alarm 0. It's gonna be... Maybe it'll stay on screen for 2 seconds. Sure, whatever. Maybe 100. Maybe 2 is a little long. Sure, let's do this. Now, what's going to happen is that the sprite is going to change depending on the hit effect. Case, Okay, let me see. How am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do this? Enemies hits. First of all, I'm going to create an instance with a depth, so it's like above everything. -1. Object hit effects. And then I want the variable be equal to that. Okay. Am I doing this right? I always forget how to do this. So what I'm doing here is I'm creating an object and I want to give it like a specific line of code. So I'm instructing the object to do something very, very specific. Do I need to put it in brackets? No, that's not it. There's something I'm missing here. Hold on a second. Can I perhaps borrow some code from a different one? Just need some inspiration here. When it's destroyed. One object, no, that's not at all what I need. Oh gosh, when was the last time I used something like this? Oh, for the dummies, of course. Okay. I'm trying to look up something very specific here. Let me just give it a second. No, wait a minute. Creates dummy bitch. Okay, there we go. It needs to be in brackets. Okay, well, that's all. Cool. I forgot the curly brackets. That's all. That's why it wasn't giving me some weird vibes there. And that's all you gotta do. Enemy's hit is not a variable yet in the object that we're gonna target here. However... Oh wait, there we go. There we go. Okay. Now it's complete. So, hit effects. What we're doing here. It's gonna have a variable called hit effects. No, enemies hit. Yeah, it's gonna be a number. 4 enemies hits. 4 enemies hit. Am I doing a for statement? Let me check my notes. I don't often use like a switch statement like this. I think it's what it's called. I'm fairly confident, 50% sure. Let me check my notes here that I wrote on programming basics. Switch statements. Okay. Looks easy enough. I can do this. Switch, enemies hit. Okay. Because I want the sprites to change depending on what the value is. Case 1, if the variable is equal to 1. I think you type it like this, .1, and then you just type a code here that you want to have. Sprite index. Why is it giving me an error there? Huh. And then you do break. And then you do another case. I think that's pretty much how it works. Why is this not working? Expected. Huh. Maybe I do it like this? I think I might do it like, yeah, okay, I got this. Hey, Olok, how you doing? I'm just trying to program a funny little hit effect that appears when you beat a bunch of enemies in a row. But I am not entirely sure how to do this, so I got my programming notes out to see, like, hey, how do I do switch statements again? Because I mostly just use, like, the standard if statements, like, hey, if this variable is equal to 1, this thing happens. If the variable is equal to 2, this thing happens. But this should make for some cleaner code. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Okay, sprite index is equal to... What did I name these again? No, I didn't do S underscore. That's sloppy. I need to be consistent. Now let me just put it over here. Whatever. Here we go. Here we go. And there we go, after I do one more. Yes. Perfect. Perfect. Now we take this hit effect. So how are you doing? Working on anything cool? Let me just take this as hit effects 1, I guess. Yeah, there we go. I just take this and I copy it and I do 2 and I do hit effects 2. I think that's all there is to it. I could work with like a bunch of if statements, but I feel like this is a little cleaner. So let's do it like this. In case 5. Perfect. Okay. And then at the very bottom we do this. That should work. Recovering from a busy work week? Ugh, same. Hope you'll feel better soon. Projectile. We just need to limit the enemy's hits variable. Just copy this. Go. If it's larger than 5, it's gonna be 5. Good. Okay. Let's check this out. I don't know if this is gonna work, but we'll see. Funky music either way. Let's see. I wish I could test it in that room, but there's like 2 player objects. I should just remove the other player object. Why do I have 2 anyway? That makes no fucking sense. Okay. So we're gonna see some funny stuff here. What I'm expecting is that when I do a charge punch on one of these goobers... Also, I slowed down the... I made less cooldown on the punching, so you can punch more often. Nope, nothing. Absolutely nothing is happening. That is disappointing. There's not a single thing. What the fuck? I didn't even add the code. That's my bad. I forgot to add the code here. Oops. Now it should work. I'm a genius. Check this shit out. Now I'm gonna blow your flipping balls off. Happens to the best of us. Or happens to the Last of Us remastered. No thanks. That's the right answer. You pass. Yeah, let's see. Oh, Christ! Whoa! Kind of awesome. But not entirely what I'm looking for. Holy shit. That's really good. I do like that. But we can't have that. Okay, okay. If scale is larger or equal to 1, scale is 1. And there we go. Now it's art. Oh, hold on. Forgot the underscore. Whoa. Jinkies. Just heard a loud, oh Christ, from downstairs. What's happening? Hi, AJ. Don't worry. It's so good. The game says trans rights. You'll see in a second. I'm gonna test it again. Watch this shit. There's gonna be like little punching effects when you punch an enemy. Not the small ones, but like when you do like a big punch, like a wind up. You'll be able to see it. Almost there. There we go. Charge punch time. Check this shit out. There we go. Oh, they're very small. They're cute though, I like them. That's right, yeah! Awesome. Pardon me, did I just see the word penis? I don't know how to tell you this. My sense of humor is I see the word penis and I laugh. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry to let down my fans like this. There's gonna be a lot of penis in the game. Oh god. I almost actually choked to death. Ugh. Anyway, that's gonna have to be bigger. That is way too small. At least I think it's kind of cute that it's small. It's not too much in the way. You have fans? Wow! I swear to God, next time I see you it is on sight, I will smooch you on the face. Personally, you'd prefer a lot of penis! Snooping as usual, I see! Anyway, do it, pussy! Love you too, there. Alright, come back to you saying that's gonna need to be bigger. Damn, size queen much. Hello, Hane. I think I might actually keep it this small. Like, it's not too intrusive. I do like it. I think, like, once the game is gonna get more hectic, it needs to be, it doesn't need to be overwhelming. It's just a fun little Easter egg. And it's gonna make punching more satisfying. Like, it already is working. I like that. Like, it felt fun to do that. How big? Small. Leave me alone. No. Kidding. Referencing a meme. Okay. I can strike that up the to-do list. Stream is lagging like mad. Catch you after. Yeah, no worries. That's how it is on this bitch of a website. I'm glad I made that. That was fun. I've been streaming for 1 hour and 7 minutes. How much longer do I want to go? What's taking this game so long? Just vibe coded already. Where is my Gwimbly gun? But yeah, this should be good. I think the punching is getting decently satisfying, which is good, because it's a central mechanic and I need it to be fun, otherwise the game doesn't work. I think I'm gonna make the star projectile a little faster again. Like, I'm starting to slow it down so it would have better... Yeah... I don't know, like with the sounds. Insert smiling friend's boardroom laugh. It's true. We set us to 15, let's go. Test that one more time. Hey Kitten Fox, hello! How are you? Okay, let's see. Let me just test the 3rd level again. I haven't shown this one off that much. So there's a bunch of honey here right on the start, so I can do some charge punches. Possibly. Who knows? Can I use it on these guys? Probably, I guess. It's my game, so I should know. Okay, we got a POW. No, she's got a POW. Oh, this soundtrack is so fun. There we go. It really is it really is starting to feel more alive. I like that. Like, all these assets are temporary and stuff, but it's starting to feel like a video game, and that makes me very happy. I can't believe I have, like, actual 5 minutes of gameplay now. Like, everything... It's more than 5 minutes, because we just added that sequence with the mini-boss. My game is now longer than 5 minutes. Incredible. There we go. That works very well, I like that. This is pretty fun. Yeah. Need to add a bit of a delay here. Which room is this again? I think it's Cops 3. Is it Cops 3? Cops 2? Okay, okay, I see him, I see him. Over here. We need to grab these. And move them up a smidge. There should be enough time to read the text and all that. That's why I'm moving these. I want to give the player enough time to read the dialogue. So how long until you become a big game company CEO and then abandon this beloved series to make garbage open world games and just giving fans a trickle of merch for it? You can say Game Freak. No way, that's not game. No, hold on. Have they done Pokemon open world? Probably. I don't even remember. It's probably closer to Ubisoft or Activision. It's her IP to sit on and do nothing with. That's exactly right. Buy my Banjo-Kazooie merchandise. Abandon all hopes of ever getting another video game. That's every game company. You could pick any of them. Except for me, Ramble Prism Games. I make games that matter. About things that matter. Like pooping farts and farting poops. Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down? I love that meme. It's very useful. Alright, we got that one going. Look, the speed of the star is okay right now. It's a little slow, but I want the sound effects to not be overlapping too much, you know? Maybe I can speed it up to 20. Let's try 20. Whatever. I'm feeling crazy today. Let's take a ride on the wild side. Let's do the punching. But actually, I want to test something. In the garbage bonus room. This one. Just gotta collect a bunch of honey. There's a part coming up here. Ouch. Oh no. Boop. Yeah, this is a very chill song. I like this one too. This is what I want to test here, because there's a whole bunch of enemies in a row here. Oh, it goes back to POW. What the shit? That's not right. Why does it go back to POW? Why does it go back to POW? Hold on a second. What the shit? What the fuck? Wah. That's not right. Oh, I think I know what happens. I think I know what happens. Okay. I need to add some kind of modifier here. It makes enemies hit larger than 5. Or I could just add something here. It's gonna make it easier. I just add defaults. And it's gonna make sprite index this. This is basically like, oh, if it doesn't align with any of these, so if it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, it's gonna default to that. So, that's good. That's what we want. So, the only thing that can happen is if it's smaller than 1, which is not possible, or if it is larger than 5, which can happen. In which case, we don't need this line of code anymore that we made over here. There we go. This should work. Let me try that again. Just in case. You think there's a guy out there called Just in Case? He probably never got bullied in school. Just in time. Wasn't there like it must have been like some kind of parody cartoon with Justin Bieber. I think I remember seeing a thumbnail for that when I was a kid. Never watched it though. Okay, let's go. Let's do it again. Yeah, baby! That's awesome. That's very satisfying. Ah, crap. Just in Case is Saul Goodman's arch nemesis. There we go. Let me test it a couple more times. Zoinks! Very nice. That is fun. Works for me. It really is starting to feel more like a game. Like it's starting to feel more like a world. It's alive. It's alive, damn it! Might want to punch these two. There we go. I got him actually. Awesome. There's a bit of leeway here. Like you can fall behind, like below the camera screen a little bit. It's not that big a deal. Let's see, how far can I get? Okay, I'm outside the view now. Whoa! Okay, we just found a very, very good bug to get. Holy shit. Oops, all trans. Okay, I found a bug here. I'm gonna have to fix that. Object camera and stats. Okay. Alright, let's check that out. Do 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 do. Oh, of course, the object player. Is not 0. When the player dies, the object is destroyed, meaning that there is a moment during gameplay where there is no player object. If other objects try to access variables that are stored inside the player object, they can't access them because there is no player object. So I need to make sure that the object player count is not equal to 0. Otherwise, if it is 0, well, there's no data to reference. Okay, now this should work. Let me test it one more time. I was playing too darn well. I hadn't died yet, so that's why the bug hadn't appeared yet. Oh, nope, still happens. Okay, that's weird. Why? Huh. Same game-breaking glitch happened again. Okay, let me. Maybe I need to rearrange this. Maybe I need to do it like this, otherwise it's gonna fuck with it. And you don't want to fuck with it. There we go. Like first I need to check, like, is the player count equal to 0? Okay. This should be it, right? Let me try it again. I honestly don't know what else it could be. Yeah, there we go. Dev sequence is activated again. Alright. I'm gonna need to change the timing a bit on the dev thing. Is it just the bottom or is it all edges of the screen? Just the bottom kills you. The left and right will stop you. Like you won't be able to move any further, and at the top there's like an invisible wall, I guess, as well. It's not like an actual physical wall. It just says like, oh, the coordinates of the player can never be higher than that, so it just stops you if you're trying to move in that direction. All right, we made some good progress today. Almost at 1.5 hours. I think I might call it a day here. This has been really fun, though. I was a little worried because my head was really hurting today, but this was fun. I had a good time. Thank you so much for stopping by. I think I'm gonna stop it here. We made some good progress. Some very important little additions. We cleaned up some bugs. Exceptional progress. Good stream. Hey, thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. We're coming up on the end of the first level, I guess. Like, all I need to do now is segment 5, which has like a special power-up. And then after that, there's some cutscenes that need to be added to it, and then I guess I can make that tiny demo for my friends to check out. Who knows? The game looks very pretty so far. Hey, thanks. Take care, Mona. Don't die and don't break a leg. I can't make that promise. You can't tell me what to do. Oh God, my leg! All right. Hey, I'll see you gamers later. Bye bye.